Climate change is causing devastating damage to communities in western and northern Alaska as dangerous storms increase and warming temperatures cause permafrost to melt, making the ground supporting homes and businesses unstable. More in our next report.
The Yupik village of Newtok, situated in western Alaska's Yukon-Kuskokwim Delta, has lost homes to the Ningluk River as the storms have eaten away at the community. It has lost nearly 70 feet of shoreline a year. Permafrost is defined as land permanently frozen for 2 years or more. The loss of sea ice removes a barrier that helps protect communities from coastal storms.
You can see it.
When waves from fall storms hit the permafrost, it causes it to melt. The US Government Accountability Office says the community has lost more than 4,000 feet of land since 1954.
I'd want to invite someone that doesn't believe in the global warming, and I want them to see it for their eyes, because in Newtok, you know, where the village sits, right on, you know, the coastline, you can see the permafrost melting, and that's due to the, you know, the earth warming up.
Since it's only a matter of time before the village is lost to the river, the tribal government has worked for over 2 decades to relocate the village. The first step was finding solid ground for the new community. The new community is called Murtarvik. It is a volcanic island that provides stable ground just off the western coast in the Bering Strait.
I do miss how everyone used to be like together. Now that we're relocated here in Murtarvik, I just feel like the community is not how it used to be, like together, like that togetherness we used to have back in the day when we all lived in the same community.
But it's even been a slow slog getting the last residents from Newtok to Murtarvik. As of this year, there are about 71 residents who still live in Newtok. But conditions are worsening with leaning power poles, smoking electrical lines on the ground, and not much in the community after the village store and the school moved to Murtarvik this summer.
So this is the erosion line here in Newtok. As you can see, we have a boat hanging right above me. So we had a 2-day storm, and you can kind of see how, you know, each storm can impact this erosion. You know, this right here, you can kind of see the permafrost, and when you look down in there, you can kind of start seeing the mud fall apart, and then you can see it dripping. That's the permafrost melting.
The last residents will move to Murtarvik before winter sets in. The cost to relocate was estimated at $130 million in 2017, or over $160 million in today's dollars. Newtok is not alone in facing dire impacts from climate change. A report from the Alaska Native Tribal Health Consortium says nearly half of the state's indigenous people live in remote, undeserved communities. Most of the state's limited road system. Nearly 75% of those communities face some degree of infrastructure damage from erosion, flooding, and melting permafrost. Besides Newtok, 3 other villages are also likely to be the next to relocate. Those are Kivalina, Shaktulek, and Shishmaref. The consortium said about $4.3 billion in 2020 dollars is needed over the next half-century to mitigate the infrastructure damage. In Newtok, planning and preparation continues for the last wave of residents to be relocated. Their temporary homes will eventually become either garages or extra storage when they are attached to their new homes. Bureau Report, WION World is One.